One day, I accidentally discovered that the bottle of medicine I had been taking for 18 years was covered by another label. I was paralyzed from the waist down and also had asthma and diabetes, but my mother always said that as long as I took my medicine on time, I could live like a normal person. For 18 years, I never doubted her words, until today, when I began to feel something was wrong. That day, I accidentally came across that bottle of green pills, and the label on it actually had my mother's name on it. I quickly put it back in its place. When my mother brought me my medicine, I couldn't help asking her about the label.
Your name was on the prescription.
My name was on the receipt.
But it was
Looped around the side. Yeah, that's where they put the receipt.
I was half convinced. When my mother went out, I used a homemade mechanical arm to reach the bottle from the high shelf. Back in my room, I carefully peeled off the top label. Underneath, it was still my mother's name. From that day on, I never truly took those pills again. I pretended everything was normal, but when my mother left, I would secretly spit them out. That night, I quietly went downstairs to use the computer to look up the medicine, but in our house, which never lost internet connection, the network was suddenly down. The next day, while my mother was watering the flowers, I secretly called the pharmacy. The person who answered actually recognized our home for a number, and I hung up immediately in fright. I then called from another number, and a kind stranger helped me check the medicine information. They told me it was medication for heart disease, and it should be red in color. Looking at the green pills before me, my doubts deepened. One day, my mother agreed to my request to go to the movies. In the cinema, while she was engrossed in the film, I excused myself to go to the bathroom and slipped out quietly. I pushed my wheelchair as fast as I could toward the pharmacy next door. The store was crowded, so I asked the man in front if I could go first. Seeing my condition, he agreed. I pulled out a handful of green pills and asked the pharmacist about them. The pharmacist told me they were muscle relaxants and that long-term use would cause muscle atrophy. The moment I learned the truth, I was so overwhelmed with despair that I couldn't breathe. At that moment, my mother appeared at the pharmacy entrance. All I wanted to do was run. Not just from this place, but from the carefully woven web of lies that had trapped me for 18 years. I was not a patient. I was a girl in prison for 18 years, but I had no strength to resist. What my mother feared most was not my illness, but that I would leave her once I discovered the truth.
No.